Hi, everybody. My name is Savannah Alma, and I am a Boise State admissions counselor. I graduated from Boise State in 2019 with a degree in marketing and a certificate of elementary Spanish. Absolutely love the university, and so now I get the chance to be able to share that with all of y'all, future students, and you guys can really learn a lot more about this wonderful university and all the different opportunities that you have when you attend. So we're going to go ahead and I'll give you guys a quick presentation today that just goes over a little bit more about the different things that Boise State has to offer for you as a student. If you have any follow-up questions, though, I do encourage you to go ahead and reach out to one of us admissions counselors. My territories include the Magic Valley, Central Idaho, as well as Eastern Idaho, some of the Treasure Valley too. As far as Northern Idaho goes, we actually have another admissions counselor up there. His name is Austin Henderson, so you can always ask him any questions. And then the rest of us admissions counselors kind of break out that Treasure Valley area. So if you are located in the Treasure Valley, pop onto the Boise State website and you can actually find who your admissions counselor is listed there. Or you can talk to your career college counselor, and they'll be able to help you out as well. They're great. So definitely go ahead and use those resources that I just provided to you, but let's jump into talking a little bit more about what Boise State has, right? So we have around 26,000 students at Boise State University. And of that, the undergraduate population actually sits at around 17,000 students. For D1 University, that's not too big and that's not too small. We kind of like to call ourselves that Goldilocks fit, because really what's nice is that you're going to feel like you're in a community around you. You'll be able to see people that you know when you're walking through the quad, and you'll be able to wave and say, hey. But at the same time, something that's really cool is that you get to meet new people every single day, whether that's in your classes, in your internships, in the job opportunities you take, or maybe in the different clubs that you're joining. So it's really cool is that not only do you get to really establish yourself here, find that home away from home, but at the same time, you're also running into new people and finding all these new opportunities too. And then, of course, we just sit 15 minutes away from one of the best downtowns in the United States. Not biased at all. I absolutely love downtown Boise. It's really great to be a student here where you're never bored, right? There's always some kind of a concert going on, or maybe there's different restaurants that you can go and try. I know that some of my friends and I, we actually would go ahead and every couple of weeks, we would make it our mission to go and try a new restaurant here. And so it's always really fun to go out and explore and find a whole bunch of new things to do here. Not only that, but we've got tons of great outdoor adventure around us too. So we were always going to different concerts and restaurants, but we were also doing things like floating down the river. We were going for hikes, or we were popping up to Bogus Basin to go skiing and snowboarding. So there's always a ton of different things that you can do as a student. You're really never bored at Boise State. And the fact that we sit so close to that downtown area really helps that too. So like I mentioned, you're never bored, whether that's floating down the river, maybe taking a hike with some of your friends. You're always going to be making new connections at Boise State and really find new places to be, new faces to see. And it's a really great opportunity for you as a student to make new connections. Now, at Boise State, the different majors and minors that we have over 189 different majors, minors, and certificates for y'all students to be able to explore. You can kind of make different combinations, which is really awesome. Something here that I'll show is the top 10 majors and minors at Boise State University. And so as you can see here, there's a whole bunch of different majors and minors that you can pick from as a student. And we do not ask you to declare until your junior year at Boise State, which means that you don't have to know what it is that you want to study prior to getting here. You can come in as an undecided student and kind of take classes in a few things that you think you might be interested in. Or at the same time, you can come in with knowing a major that you want to do, but maybe add in a minor or a certificate or different things there. You even have the chance to be able to kind of switch around majors if maybe you find that you're more interested in doing something else. And so just know that you have a lot of choices here at Boise State University, and there's lots of chances to really be able to discover what it is that you're really passionate about. Now, something else that I really wanted to cover was our internship program here at Boise State. So we are top 3 in the Pacific Northwest for internships. And so something to keep in mind is that internships look really good on your resume, and that's really going to help you build, a resume that when employers are looking at it, it makes you more desirable to them. And so with our internship program, we have a career office who will sit down, they'll go through your entire resume for you. They will even help actually pick out different jobs that are best suited for you, or internships that are best suited for you. And it allows you the ability to really figure out what it is that you want to do post-graduation. So For example, myself, I had 2 different internships when I was a student at Boise State. I did one where I did graphic design for nonprofit organization, and then I did another one where I worked with a startup company and helped them kind of do CRM tracking, all that kind of stuff, data analytics. And so for me, I realized that I'm not artistic at all. The design one was not my jam. But that was really great because I thought that's what I wanted to do post-graduation. But then I actually realized that I was better at the data analytics side of things. And that's something that I love. And that's what I'm actually pursuing my master's in now. So what's really nice is that internships will help you kind of figure out what it is that you want to do post-graduation, but also give you that experience that you need to be more desirable to any employer who's looking to hire you post-graduation. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shift gears a little bit and move back to talking more about campus. So Boise State does not require our first years to live on campus, which means that you have the choice. If you wanted to go ahead and commute to Boise State, that's totally fine. I do recommend living on campus though. It's a great way to meet new students. Proximity is key, right? The fact that you're so close to things like the tutoring center, your classes in the library, all that kind of stuff. The fact that you're so close to all those resources really helps to make sure that you stay on track with grades, that kind of stuff. And then also it's just a fun living experience. The fact that you maybe have never lived with somebody before, or, you're trying to like figure out, do I enjoy, having a roommate, or, just different things like that, where when you're in housing, that's something that you haven't got to experience before. And I suggest to students to really take advantage of, being able to actually live here on campus. I think that it's a great way to really stay connected, meet new students and all that good stuff. Now, when it comes to applying for housing, keep in mind that the housing application typically opens up in the spring. And so you definitely want to keep your eye out for it. As far as applying for housing goes, it is first come, first serve with Boise State. And so keep in mind that come your senior year, you should definitely be looking at housing, especially once it gets towards around like maybe February. You should kind of have an idea of what housing unit it is that you're looking at living in, and then be preparing for that housing application to open, because as soon as it opens, you're going to want to apply if you want a spot here on Boise State's campus. So keep in mind that come that time of the spring semester to really look out for housing. And then of course I want to go ahead and just chat really quickly about the Honors College. So the Honors College is a great opportunity for our students here on Boise State's campus. They look at both your GPA, and then they're going to be looking at a resume and a writing sample as well. And so this is a separate application from the Boise State application. And with it, they're really looking to see what kind of experiences you've had, and if you would be a good fit for the Honors College. And what it is it's smaller class sizes, and it's basically, it's not a ton of extra work for a lot of added extra benefits, so things like scholarships and internship opportunities. They also have a lot of really great research opportunities. They've actually had students who've been published before. So it's a really awesome opportunity for you as students to just kind of get that more advanced, just like experience here, where you can actually take some honors courses and that kind of stuff. It's a really great opportunity though, and I highly suggest that currently right now, if you're a student who maybe loves taking like AP courses or honors courses, or maybe likes to take advanced classes, or thinks that this is something that would really fit you, that you go ahead and you at least contact the Honors College and maybe join one of their virtual events where you can check them out a little bit further. Now, we're moving into a section of this presentation that I just absolutely love. I think that this is one of the most important parts of Boise State University, getting involved, right? So as a student, when you're coming from high school, a lot of times you don't know a lot of the different students that are here at the university. And so a really great way to make new connections and meet new people is to actually get involved. And that's a great way to stay connected to campus too. We have over 300 plus clubs at Boise State University, all the way from religious clubs to academic clubs to sororities and fraternities. We even have a club that's called the S'mores Club of Boise State. So we have so many different ways for our students to be able to get involved. If there's a club here, or there's not a club here that you think that you want to participate in, something that's really cool is that you can actually bring your own club to Boise State. And so there's just a lot of really great ways to be able to create some kind of a club and be involved here. So I definitely suggest going ahead and looking into all those different clubs that Boise State has to offer. Now, I will say one of my other favorite parts of being a student here at Boise State, and this goes along with getting involved, but it's actually attending all of the different like sporting events that we have. So that's things like football, basketball, all that good stuff, softball, volleyball matches, and you can do it all for free as a student. And there's nothing like a Boise State game day. Let me tell you, I'm a huge fiend for food. And so for me, I absolutely love the mini donuts at a football game. There's nothing like them, and I highly suggest students checking those out. And so it's really great that on game days, you can go walk around the tailgate. Parents are passing out like free nachos and hot dogs to students. Game days are just some of my favorite days here at Boise State. And so I definitely suggest that you go and you check out at least a couple of game days as a student, especially since it's free entry into every single one of them. Now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to talk about how to apply to Boise State. So as an Idaho student, you have a couple of different options. So you can either apply directly through the Boise State application, or you can apply through Apply Idaho. Now, something to keep in mind is that Apply Idaho is definitely the one that I suggest, because what's really nice about Apply Idaho is that it allows you to apply to multiple Idaho institutions all at the same time through one application. That means that you don't have to keep track of a whole bunch of different applications if you're applying to, say, multiple universities right here in Idaho. What's nice is Apply Idaho, it wraps it up in just one package and you get all of it done at once. The only thing that you'd have to do is possibly send in your transcripts after you finish Apply Idaho. So know that Apply Idaho, it actually opens up sometime in October of your senior year. And so keep your eye out for that. Typically there's kind of like an application month or an application week that your college counselor will be holding at your school for you. And typically you get to complete this application during class, which is so nice because that means that you just have to take, the 15 or so minutes that it takes to complete this, and you get to do it right in class. So just keep in mind and keep your eye out for that happening in October. Know that there is no application fee for you as an Idaho student. And then also I would suggest going ahead and getting in touch with your admissions counselor after you have applied. A lot of students will write into us maybe a couple months later and say things like, I've never received any communication from Boise State, or maybe I don't have my decision back yet. I would suggest, if you feel like it's been maybe a little bit too much time, maybe it's a couple months past, definitely reach out to us, because you should have a decision and all that good stuff. And so you're going to want to go ahead, touch base with your admissions counselor, make sure that all of your materials are in our office and that your application is being processed with us. So that's a great place to go ahead and start. Now, these are resident scholarships. So we have the Presidential, the Dean's, and the True Blue Promise. These go along with admissions because what happens is these are automatic. Based off of your GPA, we are going to go ahead and look at these different scholarships and possibly award you them. Now, this year we did go ahead and we cut out the SAT and ACT requirement, but I want to stress that the scholarship requirements that you're seeing on the board right now are actually for that fall 2020 incoming class. And so these could change a little bit. I don't anticipate that they would change very much compared to what you might possibly see for your year for fall 2021. But please do keep in mind that there is potential for these to kind of shift and the requirements to shift. So I suggest your senior year in August going ahead and checking back in with us and asking what those requirements are, because these are automatic. When you turn in your transcript and we see that GPA, if it qualifies for one of these scholarships, then you'll be automatically awarded that scholarship. No need to fill out any extra application or anything along those lines. Now, typically you're going to want to get this in by February 15th. Now this year we did go ahead and push that date back, but I would say to go ahead and keep this date in mind for if you're a junior this year and you're looking to be applying your senior year at Boise State, because February 15th will probably be the deadline for y'all. Hopefully after all of the COVID pandemic stuff kind of blows over a little bit more. So just keep in mind that February 15th is a really important date to make sure that you have all of your application materials and if you want to be considered for these scholarships. Now, the last thing that I have to share, of course, is all of our different social media platforms. Now, these are great places to go ahead and keep track of different things like any of the due dates for different application materials or any of the different programs that we're going to be hosting. So if you wanted to attend a tour or different things like that, you can actually find all the information for those on our different social media platforms. And so things like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you can follow us there and keep updated with not only lots of great information about admissions, but also we'll share a lot of different student stories that might be helpful for you as a student. Now, I cannot stress this enough. If you have any questions, like I said in the beginning, my name is Savannah Almet. All of my information should be with either your high school counselor, or you can always find it on our Boise State website. And I'm happy to help with any questions that you might have. And again, Austin Henderson is the Northern Idaho representative. And then we also all kind of share that Treasure Valley area. So if you wanted to figure out who your admissions counselor is, like I said, I definitely suggest going and checking on that website to find out who it is that you should contact for further questions. Good luck with the rest of your junior year and then leading into your senior year. We're really excited to be able to share more about Boise State with you, and thank you for joining me today.